talk about a few different egg configurations, bait combinations that we can use. My favorite to start with when targeting fall chinook with bait is the classic egg and sand shrimp combo. We're looking at a pretty hefty size, bigger than a golf ball size beta eggs. We'll get that ready. We'll get our sand shrimp. Here's what we'll do. We'll open up our bait loop, just like so. Good amount so it fits over the top of all of our bait. I'll take the hook, and I'll come down through the back of the shrimp, just like so, through a couple of his plates. Grab about 2 plates worth. I'll slide him up, and we'll rotate his head, the upper part of his body, through that bait loop, just like that. Grab our eggs, put it inside the bait loop like so, and cinch her up. That right there is a deadly combination for fall chinook. That's probably the #1 cause of a lot of fall chinook mortality. Another combination I've started using more and more the last few years is to incorporate, if you don't have sand shrimp or if you want something a little different to add in, is the egg and coon shrimp cocktail. And I like coon shrimp because they have a slightly different smell, they're cured, so they're really firm, they're a longer lasting bait. Sand shrimp are pretty fragile, they'll last a few casts before they're pretty well dead and blown apart. So we'll start with this one with the eggs. And I'll locate where the smooth part of skein is. I'll fold it over itself, just like so. I'll run the hook through both sides, so I want to pierce the whole skein, just like so. We pull our egg loop over, close it up. We don't want to jerk it so that it severs our eggs off the hook. We just nice and snug so they sit there. And this is really easy. And we take our coon shrimp, and the firmest part is this little bend here, right in the hitch where the tail bends. We'll take the hook, go right through the meat of that bend, just like so. Slide them up to right about there. And you've got an egg coon shrimp combo. At times on pressured fish or in busy conditions, this combination has really shined. One last bait combination, and this is really like the smorgasbord of the salmon fishing, the chinook fishing world, is 3 different baits at the same time. Little trifecta action. So we'll start with a sand shrimp. Take him, and I just pierce him right through that flat, largest plate, just like so. Slide him up and over the hook, just like that, so he slides around. Open up our bait loop. Take our eggs, and just like previously, we'll fold them, rig them, nice and snug. Drop our sand shrimp down, and then lastly, we'll fix on our coon shrimp. Little triple threat action right there. If that baby doesn't get bit, it's time to move. Now the really fun part, you've caught a fish. Here we have a hatchery coho on the bank, nice female, and she's got eggs for us. And I love eggs. That means we're gonna be curing bait. First step, once you've caught your fish, properly bleed it. Cut the gills, make sure all that blood pumps out. One, that's gonna make you have a good meat, and it's gonna pull the blood out of the eggs. So we don't want bloody eggs when we're curing it. When I go to gut the fish and remove the eggs, I always try to be really careful and go in with a shallow angle on my knife so I don't slit the skein of eggs up and damage my skeins. So once I've entered in, I'll keep the blade shallow, maybe an inch, just an inch or two, and go right up the belly line, all the way up between the pecs, roll it forward, just like so. Next, we open her up. There's our prize. Now, very important, I've seen a lot of people do this. You don't want to rip these babies out and wash them in the water. Don't let water touch them. Go straight out of the fish, nice little pop, that skein will come free. And we'll take paper towel, and I'll take that skein. And you can see that I've bled this fish pretty well. There's not much blood line left in the egg, just a little bit in the bottom here and a little up top. We'll take our knife and just do light pressure along the skein. You can work out that blood just like that. See it sliding on out the vein. It's eventually going to emerge right here, exiting the vein. It's going to emerge in your eggs, and that's when we take it and we make a little burrito. And I'll just put that just like so, wrap it up nice and tight. That'll draw out any slime, water, blood, that kind of stuff. Now, typically once I've made my little burrito wraps with eggs, I personally like to put them in the fridge. I'll put these in a sandwich bag or a gallon bag, and I'll fridge them in the wraps for 10 or 12 hours overnight. And then the next day I'll get up, and that's when we'll unwrap them and cure them up. Now that we've caught our fish, we've pulled our eggs out, we've wrapped them in our burritos in the paper towels, it's time to cure. I'll start by taking the skein, just cutting it in half, like so. And we gotta butterfly the skein out. So we'll just carefully cut down, open that skein up, just like so. Lays out flat, but we don't want to pierce the membrane on the back. Lay that one. Same thing on both pieces. Next, we'll take our ProCure Red Hot Double. We'll do a nice light coating. Don't want to add too much. Too much, you'll start to clump on there and it won't absorb into the egg. It'll be too much residue. It's a nice light layer. I'm going to take and actually physically rub this in. Rub it right into the skein. Massage it in. It's really important to actually feel everything. Feel that start to absorb into the skein. You'll feel things start to get leaky. It'll start to juice in your hand. As you're rubbing it, you'll feel it start to juice. That's what you want to do. You want to rub all that in until you don't really feel many granules anymore. So nice thorough massage. Do that on both pieces. Repeat the process on the egg side. Nice light layer. You want to be really thorough on the egg side. You want to make sure you get in between the berries, down the center. Really work that cure all around until those granules have dissolved and worked their way into the eggs. Keep that on both sides. Take your time with it. Make sure there's no powdery residue left behind. Work it all in. You want to use all that cure up. Pretty good. And we're nice and leaky. So then we'll flip them again. ProCure has a lot to offer, a lot of different bite enhancers on the market, and it's always worth it to try several different variations. Have different little batches with you each day on the river when you're fishing these eggs. You never know, it might be day to day on what the fish want. This is a good time to add some of those bite enhancers because This is the point where the eggs are ready to pull it in and hold it during the curing process. So we'll rub that in just like the cure on the skein side, and we'll repeat on the egg side as well. The eggs are going to begin to juice out over the next 24 hours, and then they'll start to suck in all the juice. When we're finished, simply seal the lid like that. Store at room temperature 48 hours. After 48 hours, they're either ready to fish, or you can put them in the fridge or even freeze them. Pretty simple process.
Dude, those eggs look pretty damn tasty, that little quick curing
Oh
you
yeah.
got going.
Oh yeah. Legit.
You find that that works really well for you?
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, that's my whole process right there. Simple as that. Doesn't get any easier, and it's effective.
And then you'll add, you know, that like you're gonna add different things as the season progresses. And,
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. I always bring, you know, I've got base cures. I always bring all this extra stuff like what ProCure makes, and that stuff goes in along the way to, you know, get fish to bite.
entice the bites better.
Yep, yep,
So
'cause the
make sure
bite's
you
always
guys
changing.
play with things.
Yep.
As you guys, you know, those are kind of a basic quick curing thing, but as you guys get more and more into it and you turn into mad scientists like all of us fishermen do, start playing with all the different little things that you can add to your baits to make them better in certain scenarios.
A lot of combinations you can throw out there that work.
Absolutely.
You'd be surprised actually what you find works.
And with that being said, in video number 3, which is the next video in the series, we're going to talk about just kind of setting it up.
Yep.
Bobber stop, all the different hooks, setting it up from start to finish, right?
We're gonna get you rigged up for both, illustrate both coho rigging and chinook rigging.
Perfect. So talk about the different things that you do for different species.
Yep.
Cool. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button right here. It's going to pop up right here because you're going to see video number 3, which is going to be talking about the entire setup and how to get out on the river and catch some chinook and some coho.
Yep.